Just testing for light. Not too bad. Welcome everybody, welcome to the Tomb of Illumination. This is another one of those videos off the cuff because I've just seen a post on Facebook in regards to a star disappearing behind the moon. So I thought now's another opportunity to show you how all that works on our flat earth system. You won't get this anywhere else, so my videos aren't getting out there. So if you people aren't sharing them, they're not going anywhere. Some of you people might not understand them, but someone out there will. It's the truth. You just got to trust me. It's 100% fact. So you want to share the video, even if you don't understand it. So, first of all, we start off with the black hole, the center of creation. That's the Father, okay? Everything comes from this hole. You can consider it as the sovereign orb. You turn into a sphere if you wanted to, but let's just go a circular as a 2D plane at the moment. And what's on the horizon of the black hole? You know, you've seen science draw the black hole like this, something like this, blah blah blah. They're just humouring you, because the people at the top know the whole system. The Freemasons know it all, because I've shown it everywhere. Check out the last video, for instance, the Superman symbol. And on the horizon is the sun. So you put the sun here like this. Okay? It's about 2/3 the size of this. Or it could be the 3:2 ratio. The 3:2 ratio it could be. Okay? So the sun is considered as the Christ, because the Christ represents the sun in the perceived physical world, and it represents man's sun, the sun within man's personal God, you can say. So there's the sun, and it illuminates. It's right up in here. There's the black hole. The sun's on the horizon. It's right up here on the 2D plane above the center Arctic. Everything is within our closed system, because it's all part of our system. It's our realm, all self-generating power-wise. So there's a black hole center, and the sun is basically an illuminated star. So it's a little star like that, but it's illuminated via the frequencies coming out of the hole. Our whole realm is all about frequencies. Okay, it's all sound coming out of this hole, like a trumpet. Consider as a trumpet, because basically, well, the black hole's up here. It's the 2D plane. This is the 3D S-curve below it. The illuminated 3D that was created when as soon as that was created, it created our whole realm. Let's not go there just yet. So there's the sun illuminated, and it casts its beam energy that way across the hole, because the hole's amplifying it out into our realm. So that's daytime, right? There's daytime. And over this side behind the sun, because it's all tucked into the Milky Way, you see. This is all the Milky Way around here. Like this. But you don't see the Milky Way around here because it's in the light of the sun. So it all gets annihilated, because everything is based on frequencies. So the frequencies coming out of the sun, which is the whole, I mean there's thousands, but we just work on the 7 that we know of. The 7 colours of the light spectrum make up the white light. That's what the sun is. So obviously it's going to annihilate these frequencies here, so you don't see that Milky Way there. But the sun wanders around the black hole over 24 hours, 360 degrees. So as it's moving around, let's say it's moving that way, these stars will get chewed up in the light of the sun, and then more stars will move around this way, won't it? So it's forever going through the motions. And this is why the simple common man can't figure out why I tell them the sun is quicker than the stars. which it is, because the sun laps the stars, all the stars, over 1 year. Okay? So the sun is chewing up these stars, which means these stars pop out the other side. So this is day side. So when night comes around the next day, hello, we've got extra stars. And the simple person thinks, oh, so the stars are quicker. Because look, oh, they've got round here quicker. You've got to go deep. And not many people can think and realise this. This is why they turn up 4 minutes earlier. 4 minutes earlier. Each day. Each night, I should say. That's the confusing thing, see? Night. This is day. Okay? So if the sun races around 4 minutes quicker, then 4 minutes more of stars will turn up the next day. Not here. You could say that they're turning up there. Time has moved. It's moved, right? Which allowed that to move. But that's not what the video is about. The video is about the star that got lost in the light of the moon. So let's say the sun is in that position. Daytime is out there. And over here, because full moon will be further out, way over here. There's full moon at the back of the sun. It's self-illuminating. If it gets caught in the light of the sun, it annihilates the moon's frequency, because the moon has 1/7 of the frequencies. There's 7 frequencies that when it does play with, go with me now, the main colours that we're all aware of. She's got 1/7. This guy here has 7. Okay? This moon here is in full bloom, away from the sun, hasn't been annihilated, cancelled. So you got the moon on this side as a half cycle. So if the sun's there, then the light's cast in that way. So you'd probably have the half cycle or quarter cycle, however you want to say it. The sunlight cancels that frequency. This is the illuminated side of the moon, away from the sun. Okay? And then the other quarter, which is around here, if okay, so that's one side where the sun would be here. But now the sun has moved, because the sun moves around the hole to catch up to the moon once a month. Okay? So now you have to consider the sun over this side. It's now around here. It's moved around the hole to have the moon in this position, where it is now like this, illuminated on this side. That frequency has been cancelled out on that side of the moon. That's how it works. So if you left the sun here, that would be the moon, the new moon basically. They come back together. They're the same entity. Male and female is an atom. It's one. An atom. It's an atom. Male and female. They come back, they reunite. Okay? So like in the physical world, there is a time when they can come together and create babies. And that babies is the whole Jesus story, which is the illumination of man on earth. Okay? Man's not making a baby with his wife every day, is he? No. Well, it's similar setup up here. So they come back as reunification. Sometimes they will have a baby. That's due to the solar eclipses. But then the female, or the male actually, wanders away from the moon. And then the moon starts wandering off. So as the sun's energy moves away around the hole, then it leaves the moon behind. So you see that. It's meant to go back a bit. Got you all confused already, because that's not the sun we see. That's the sun back at creation. The sun we see is out here. in the ecliptic plane, tropical gap, whatever you want to call it, celestial tropical gap. I'm talking about the sun back here at creation, on the horizon of the black hole. So the sun's in, then we see the sun out here. We see an image of the sun out there. Okay? So the sun's out here, then it's going to move around in our realm and leave the moon behind. Because everything's projected out into our realm, so that the moon gets left behind, okay? And then the sun races right round about here, and the moon's still lagging behind way back here. Okay? Now what's happening is, like I said, the sun laps the stars over a year. It takes a whole year for the sun to lap the stars. But it only takes 1 month for the sun to catch up and lap the moon. So obviously the stars are all quicker than the moon. So what's happening in this video post is they're showing you a star. So the star's coming around, just like the sun's going around the black hole. The stars are moving around in the vortex here. The star's coming around, and there's the moon, right? You don't see the moon though, because its frequency's been annihilated. There's the star. All of a sudden the star disappears because it's going in behind the moon. And then an hour and 10 minutes, or roughly that long, because we know the sun moves at 15 degrees per hour. The moon only moves at 13.18 degrees per hour. So it takes over an hour for the star to pop out the other side. Because you've got to take into consideration they're still moving they're moving together the same direction, except the star is that much quicker. And then an hour or 10 minutes or whatever later, the star will pop out the other side of the moon. Okay? That's how it all works. They're not going to draw this for you in science, are they? Now what don't you understand about that? The sun and moon, they're all going around every day, but over a month it does this S cycle. And two of those S's together, because that's down and out, then back up and in, is a full cardanoid. So if you look down in there, that S curve becomes a golden ratio. That's only half the cycle. Let's say the moon came out of there. Now that would be full moon. Then it's going to come back out and go back into new moon to complete the system. Isn't it? Yes, it does. 1/7. Everything is based on frequencies. Okay? It's all the mythological stories. They're called myths. Because they're a mystery. And where does mystery come from? It comes from magnetism. The whole realm is of magnetism. This whole vortex here is a mystery because it comes from nothing. It comes from the 2D plane. Boom. When that sun's illuminated, this thing is illuminated, that star is illuminated, boom, it creates this 3D depth. And then at the same time, boom, out comes the toroidal field. And we're all created. Turn the sun off, we'll get rid of the sun, boom, everything just disappears. Solar eclipses. See, all this is the Milky Way, right? So let's just draw the Milky Way pipeline. So there's the Milky Way pipeline. So if this comes over and covers this, there's the Milky Way around there, then you've got the basically got the black hole in here, haven't you? And the light of the sun. You with me? Rub that off. Get that off. So there's the Milky Way, but where this black hole is, Sagittarius. They like to tell you that's Sagittarius A. Sagittarius A, at night. It's shining that way. It's the other side. It's the Gigantuan. There's the sun going that way. Daylight. There's night time. That white cloud that's in here, realise there's got to be a bulge here. There's a bulge there, or the bulge goes back that way as well. The sun and the black hole are in there, and it's pointing that way. And that the white cloud you're seeing behind the Milky Way there, Gigantuan, the Gigantuan black hole of creation, which is basically this way, because there's the hole, it's going through that way. This is magnetism, right? This is you can treat. This is where Earth is from. We're cast out of here, but we see all the stars as signs. So realise Earth is like a ring magnet. Let's say it's look at the hole there. Well, there's an in. Well, they're both coming in to create illumination. Let's not go there then. They're both coming in to find balance. So what happens? They find balance. Well, you have to check out earlier videos, but there's energy coming this way, right? And there's energy coming that way. But this is the black hole of avoidance. So they spin around it, shoot off. This comes in, spins around the same. Well, it's opposite, but they actually spin the same way. And shoot up. That's getting a bit tricky. You have to look at some earlier videos of mine. But they spin around the hole, avoiding it. Nothing can go into the hole. And it's that spin around the hole that creates the friction, which creates the sun. Okay, illuminated on the horizon. Gets cast out that way. You've got to wonder why it just sits on that point there instead of all the way around. But that's basically what happens, because the whole Jesus story, like a baby, it's the fetal, it's the, you put as, and they put baby's feet, the thighs and the feet and the thighs and the feet. It's the baby story. It's the head and there's the body. And our whole, see, the sun is the head. So our whole realm is about the head, because it's all a conscious state. And our whole realm is based on frequencies. It's the body that created our whole realm, which is a fixed and stationary flat earth. Because inside the hole doesn't go anywhere. All the actions around the horizon of the hole, where the sun moves. And this is what creates life. The sun creates life around the fixed and stationary flat earth. Okay? So you can draw lots of moon, because realise when the moon's coming in at this point, when the sun's beaming that way, the moon has wandered back in. Okay? And as the sun races away from it, the moon starts wandering away. This wanders right away to full moon out here, then comes all the way back daily, spirals all the way back to the center point here, which is basically opposite the sun of the black hole. So it comes right in here. This all comes back to nothing. Comes back to the 2D plane. 3D depth comes back to nothing. So there you have it. So the new moon will end up right in the face of the sun. Across here like this. Full moon way out here behind the sun. Behind this Milky Way. Solar eclipses. I've done a video on solar eclipses if you want to understand all that. Solar eclipse is about blocking the Milky Way. What comes into the Milky Way to block the frequencies, block the image of the sun. So it's So the Milky Way is actually shaped like a boomerang. That's a bit dead. So we go black, eh? There's a boomerang. Well, that's a bit dead too. Pens don't last long at all. They're a flippin' rip off. There's a boomerang. Sort of like that. That's your night side. You're looking in there. All the stars. All the stars. See, if the sun is in right on this point here, let's say there, because the black hole is the centre of is in the core of the Milky Way. There's the sun illuminated on its horizon, and it's shining that way off the kneecap. This is considered the kneecap. There's the bulge in the Milky Way. The sun's not facing all the stars, so it's not annihilating their frequencies. They've got all the 7 frequencies, all the colours of the light spectrum sparkling away up in there in the sky. Well, that's why you see them, right? It's the night side. Put them around here, they all get annihilated. Cancelled, you should say. Cancelled. The frequencies are all cancelled. That's why the moon is self-illuminating. So solar eclipses, this is the male end, say, this is the male end that goes over to the tropical gap. All the energy is created here in the tropical gap. I've drawn that wrong, but there's the equalization, the balance. The pairing comes over into this Milky Way here and just feeds the black hole, and the rest that don't find pairing just carry on down in the magnetic field, because it's all magnetism. So it comes up here through the Milky Way over to here. So there's where all the energy is being created. This is the Arctic basin, So if the energy is getting blocked in here, let's say the Milky Way moved around the Earth and swung over a planet, a little star, or swung over the moon or whatever. That's how you get your solar eclipses. It's only blocking a part of the sun's energy at that particular moment. It's basically that the Milky Way is coming over from the tropical gap over to there. And it's basically this moment in time where it's being blocked around the flat Earth, being cancelled. Not killing off the whole sun, is it? It's just that moment in time where it's passed over the planet. Because the sun's the quickest, okay? It's passing over that Milky Way, because the sun is attached to the Milky Way. The image we see of the sun is out here. That's the image of the sun we see right there, where the energy is being created at that moment in time. The energy is being created right there, and then when it moves around, the energy is there. As it moves around, the sun's there, the magnetic field is coming in from both sides, creating the energy there. As it keeps moving around, the magnetic field there, it's spinning around the sun. Each time it spins around the sun, that's what creates the energy. So that the electrical is causing the change in the magnetic field, because there is a change up and down. So just check out your physics. It all correlates. So if there's a blockage in here, then you've got your solar eclipse. And when it comes to the lunar eclipse, like I said, it's the opposite. How do we use it with that drawing? Well, you go back to this. You've got to go back to this image here. But remember, it all goes back up into a flat plane. So if the full moon's out here, then obviously the full moon is up in here. If you flatten it out, and the real sun is in here, projected that way. So it's still classed as being in in line with the Milky Way. It's down this end though, isn't it? It's not right where the energy's been created up that end, because it's daylight. Nighttime, the other is completely opposite. So it's right here in the line of the Milky Way. Okay? Even described as a banana, a kneecap in the Homer's Iliad, but even Homer's Iliad or somewhere, one of the mythological stories, those divine stories, is they talk about slipping on a banana. But, you know, the average guy just takes it all literally. And it's a banana, he slips on a banana. Yeah, right. Who the hell has slipped on a banana? Back in the day, would they have polished floors with banana skins lying around? No. So there you have it. Hope you understood all that. I don't move through it quite slowly. I realise that, but it's up to you. You can slow your video down and go back and check it out again if you want. But it's all the truth. It's all truth. No lies. So share it. Watch it again and again and again till you get it. In there. The central vortex of creation, hidden above the Arctic. It's like 0 point here. The place of inaccessibility. Man cannot go there. Despite all the garbage you've heard. So there's the Milky Way. Comes over into the sun. There's the Milky Way, this end coming up to the sun. So we see it like this at night. We look at this dark night side because the sun's this side. It's quite simple. So share this video because the mainstream do not want you all to understand reality. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to put a thumbs up or a likes up and subscribe. And if you really want to know the truth of everything, you want to go to my Patreon Saints. Trust me. And then you might want to buy the Floodgates video initially first to get a further understanding of what I'm posting on Saints. Okay, thanks for watching. Cheers.